that you believe that after you die, it all ends, or that there's something else there? Do you believe that faith, that maybe not a particular faith, like we get white wings and we move towards a light and your grandmother's there with pie, like not specific faith, but the idea of something beyond our understanding exists for us, is almost a more logical conclusion than we are cremated and rot?
Something beyond us, that I believe, there's something beyond us, there's something we don't many things we don't understand.
Right.
But the particular thing of surviving your own death, palpable wishful thinking,
right,
goes against everything we understand about how the nervous system works. We are evolved creatures, we are apes, we are African apes.
Right.
If you want to believe that you survive death, or that humans do, when did it start in evolution, all that sort of question.
Sure.
It really doesn't make logical sense. But
does it always bring you back to that idea of then, so when did life begin, and does that make logical sense?
Well, you don't have to draw dividing lines. You can say
Right.
that the origin of life was a gradual process. You can say that the origin of life in the womb is a gradual process too, for that matter.
I meant more the origin of life at the beginning, of life, yeah.
Okay,
that
well,
original organization.
4 billion years ago or so, a little bit less maybe, the first self-replicating molecule came into existence. You could think of it as the first gene. It's hardly life,
Right.
but it provides the bedrock for natural selection to get going. Once you've got genes, you've got a possibility for natural selection.
Right.
And then it gradually builds structures for itself, which to begin with are rather simple, rather like bacteria, and then become more and more complex. And at some point they start getting nervous systems.
Right.
And at some later point they start getting a brain.
Well, this is the part that I remember from school, but
Yeah,
go back that up a little bit. That first part you said, where did that come from? Is there evidence of where that came
No,
from, that first?
not evidence, because it happened a long time ago under very different conditions. There's lots of...
Is it just statistics? Is it chance?
Yes, actually, it probably is. It could have been a very improbable event, and nobody knows that. Chemists are working on it, biologists are working on it, trying to think of ideas. But I doubt if we'll ever prove anything definite, because it happened a very long time ago.
Has anyone come close to recreating that moment?
Not really, no, but sort of bits of it have been recreated. But it probably was a very improbable event. And another way of putting that is to ask the question, how likely is it that there's life on other planets? There are about 10 to the 22 stars. That's 1
So that's
22
what's
north.
that's 19. What? 10 to the 22 is.
So that's.
So if it is a statistical anomaly, chances are that has been replicated in,
I think
in the
so.
universe.
It's highly likely that there are, I mean, even as few as 1 billion other planets might have life, and that's very, very few indeed when you compare that.
1 billion planets might have life.
I mean, that's a tiny number. 1 billion is a tiny number compared to 10 to the 22. So...
You think I don't know that? That's totally a tiny number compared to that.
So what I'm saying, so if there are 1 billion planets that have life,
Right.
then they're probably so spaced out, they're probably so rare that the chance that any one of them will ever bump into any other is very low. Now there could be much more than 1 billion. It could be unique. It could be that life is only here,
Right.
and it would follow from that the origin of life on this planet was such a stupefyingly rare event that we're kind of wasting our time even thinking about how it happened.
Right. So if I say to you, don't do that to me. So if I say to you, you have faith that other life is out there, you're saying based on the evidence.
Well,
Statistical evidence that there are billions of planets, but isn't it still a hypothesis because we don't know how that first molecule got here?
We don't know. I mean, it's hardly even based on evidence. It's a statistical calculation.
Right.
It's a kind of plausibility calculation.
Right. This is so cool to think about.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to get high later? All right. But my point is, I guess what I'm saying is I don't have antipathy towards the religious. And I'm now getting the sense from you that you don't, although I've read some things that you've said where I think you might.
No, I think I do, actually.
Oh, you do? All right. Really?
Not to every religious individual, certainly not. I mean, some of my best friends are religious.
Right. But you're saying that it's as a construct.
Yeah.
You don't care for it.
No, I think it's destructive of the human intellect.
But it's done some good. How
Not
about
much.
this? What do you think of nation? Do you think of nation states as more destructive than religion, or
It could be. I mean, patriotism is a very
about
destructive.
the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So the isms.
Yeah, very destructive force.
What about dystopias like Brave New World type stuff? Do you think you're down with that too? So in any construct that lacks morality, you would have antipathy
I
towards.
think we have to construct our own morality, and it's quite a difficult thing to do. But as the decades go by, we get better at it. I mean, we're a lot more moral now than we were 500 years ago, or even about 100 years ago.
No, I think that's. I don't know that that's okay. I just think there's YouTube, so now we know what other people are doing to each other. And how cute their cats are. You see, here's what's crazy. You talk about this stuff every day your whole life, so it's not that interesting to you. But I got to tell you, man, I find this stuff truly fascinating.
Of course it's fascinating.
It's really fascinating. It gets to the heart of everything. I have long believed there's nothing wrong with religion as long as it's not coercive in any way. I've always felt that it brings a great deal of positive into the world as well, as long as it's not viewed as the sole methodology of that positivity or that morality. That, like you say, we have to develop that. But I also feel like, it can't be that either, God with his finger said, I will bring life to this bathroom mold, or that we just got luckier than other bathroom mold. There must be something in between those two things.